another adventure in the garden. Today is a beautiful Sunday. The sun is shining and it's already pretty warm out. I wanted to show you this tropical border that I made not very long ago, about a month and a half I imagine. And it was a raised bed that I decided to do because I actually had some space right here between the fence and this area. If you see here, you could tell that there's a difference in the height, and it's because our land here is a little bit higher than the next door neighbors, so I say about 20 or 30 centimeters taller. But in any rate, it gave me a raised bed, so that was pretty cool. What this enabled me to do was to create a new space in the garden and plant some more tropical plants. And it also will create a nice screen that will kind of shield us from the neighbor. Okay, so let me take you around from the beginning. You can see this area is still pretty fresh and dug up because I was messing with it yesterday. But I planted a lot of the ornamental grasses which had self-seeded in another area. And then I planted a lot of clovers and ajuga down there, some grasses growing in nicely. I even planted some strawberries, so that'll be nice in the spring. There's an amaryllis that is a very hardy Amaryllis belladonna, which goes down to -10, so I put that in and it's actually starting to grow a bit. It's supposed to flower at the end of summer, beginning of fall, but I didn't know it was an outdoor amaryllis, so it was in a pot, not doing anything. There's my shadow. But you can see how lush and green it is already, and this is just over a month's time. So I wanted to showcase this border because when I've been coming out here in the past week or so, I've noticed how much it's filling in. And the thing that was really important to me is that this side here is actually a cliff. So I was worried that with a lot of rain it would slide in and fill in that empty space there. So what I did was I put in tiles, I put in rocks at the base of the cliff to make a sort of retaining wall. And then I planted a lot of things on the side so that it would grow in and also serve as a retaining wall. You can see the bricks that I put in, and then there's some stones. But if anyone is interested in doing a border as a raised bed border and they say, oh gosh, it's too steep, well, you can build a retaining wall. So I think that's a really great idea, and you could see that it's really successful for now. We'll see in the winter if it rains a lot, but I'm hoping that before winter comes it will fill in enough with the grasses and the other plants that the root structure below will really help keep in the dirt and the sliding effect won't happen. And on the ground, if you can see here, I've just been throwing lots of dead clover seeds on the ground, a lot of ground cover things that grow. There's this, I don't know what it's called, but it grows wild and it makes pretty yellow flowers. And then I have some nigella, which I reseeded. There's a lot of things that are actually reseeding. Not reseeding, I'm sorry. Things that I reseeded from my seeds that I collected. So you can see here the sweet potato, it's growing really nicely. I have two hardy banana plants. I believe they're both the Musa brise-vue, sorry. If I say it in French, it's brise-vue. So I'll say it in French, it's a little bit easier for me to pronounce. And then a lot of different types of sedum, which I really don't know all their names because when I bought them I didn't remember what they were. But there's a red one, there's a green that becomes really pretty golden color, and you can see here I have some colocasia and a canna and one colocasia there that I thought was ginger. But I just took it out of a larger pot and put them in the ground to get kind of more of maximum growth before the end of the season. You can see it's moving down here. You can see there's a lot of grasses that look dead, but hopefully they'll pick up and turn green again, because a lot of them that were this color at the end of the season are green, like this one. That's the angel hair, or the turn around this way so you can see a full view. Yeah, so it's almost like a triangle shaped border, I guess, but you could see it starts long here and then it follows the path. And then we have this main border here. So I imagine next season when the bananas grow tall and I'll plant more casters for shade, I think it'll look really beautiful as a tropical border. So even if there's plants that aren't necessarily tropical, they give that lush effect. And there's a hornet. Ooh. There's a lot of hornets right here. We have a little trap there. There's a hornet swarming around the trap because I have a lot of grapes. I think they're really attracted to that. I don't like hornets. And there are my sunflowers and squash and queue de renard, which is foxtail or amaranth. So anyways, this is the morning project that I wanted to show you of how nice things were looking, especially with this brilliant sunshine in the morning. And as I move past my cane graminet there, you can see the length of the fence and this nice tropical border that's going to be filled in. And there you see me. Let me move out. And what I also intend to do, which is slightly in place, is to plant the cannas along the line there. So the cannas will grow really tall. So that will be nice. Okay, so I think this was a nice morning episode to show you what I did over the past month to create more space in my garden, which I have no more space. But it actually turned out really nice, and I'm really happy and proud of the end results. And it's still a work in progress, so it's not over. And we'll see more in the next season, because things will die back, of course, in the winter. And things will go dormant, and maybe there are some things that will stay green. But I think that this area here will not be looking as lush as it does now. And in the next growing season, I'm sure that the banana plants and the newly planted castor beans that I will plant will be gorgeous. So that's all for now. Thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one. À bientôt, les amis. And just to show you some more, here's a little bit extra. Walking to the banana plant here, you can see the grass is looking its best. This is the best it's looked since last spring or last end of the winter. Very lush. And the banana, I have to give it a name. It's very beautiful. And the path, it's very quiet, calm. It smells very good here. It smells like this gladiola. And then the little water basin here, which is my nature pond, has some frogs in it, so that's pretty cool. When I walk by, they hop back